Comfort is killing you. And the worst part? You don't even feel it happening. Unlike pain, unlike hardship, unlike suffering, comfort doesn't scream. It whispers. It lulls you. It wraps itself around you, like a warm blanket on a winter night. And while you're wrapped in it, you don't notice that your strength is slipping away. Your ambition fades. Your fire dulls. Your hunger dies. Comfort doesn't break you all at once. It slowly rots you from the inside until one day you wake up soft, weak, and wondering where your edge went. This is why comfort is the most dangerous poison of all. For example, think about the last time you really pushed yourself. When was it? Months ago? Years ago? Or can you even remember? Be honest. Most of your life right now is built around avoiding discomfort. The bed that's too soft. The air conditioning that makes sure you never sweat. Food delivered to your door with the tap of a finger. Entertainment flooding your screen so you never sit in silence. You don't have to hunt. You don't have to fight. You don't even have to wait. And for a moment, it feels amazing. That's the trick. Comfort feels like luxury. It feels like success. It feels like safety. But here's the brutal truth. Comfort doesn't care about your happiness. It doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't care about your strength. Comfort only cares about one thing, keeping you still. Because comfort is inertia, and inertia is death in slow motion. Here's the cruel truth. It's not just that you like comfort. It's that your brain is programmed to worship it. The very organ that's supposed to keep you alive is also the one that keeps you weak. Because your brain doesn't care about greatness. It doesn't care about legacy. It doesn't care about you becoming strong. Your brain only cares about survival, and survival, in nature, meant avoiding pain and conserving energy. That wiring kept your ancestors alive. But in the modern world, that same wiring is killing you. It craves the easiest option every single time. Scroll instead of read. Order instead of cook. Stream instead of sleep. Avoid instead of confront. And it feels so good in the moment. That dopamine rush you get from checking your phone, that's your brain rewarding you for choosing the easy path. That sigh of relief when you hit snooze instead of getting up early, that's biology applauding your energy conservation. Your brain thinks it's protecting you, but what it's really doing is weakening you. Because survival and strength are not the same thing. Survival says, stay alive. Strength says, rise above. And the cruel joke of modern life is that survival is easy, which means strength almost never develops. That's why comfort is such a trap. It hijacks your brain's oldest instincts and makes you mistake weakness for safety. Ever wonder why a hard workout feels impossible to start, but amazing after you finish? That's your brain resisting discomfort, trying to trick you into quitting before the struggle begins. Ever notice how silence feels unbearable without music, noise, or distraction? That's your brain panicking in stillness, because reflection is harder than stimulation. The very system meant to help you thrive in a brutal world now chains you in a soft one. And here's the worst part. The more you feed this instinct, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose comfort over discomfort, you reinforce the pattern. Your brain learns, this is safety. This is good. This is how we live. Until eventually, The thought of doing anything hard feels impossible. This is why so many men today can't even imagine sacrifice. Why they crumble under rejection, quit when life gets difficult, or run from anything painful. Because their brain has been trained to see discomfort as death, when in reality, discomfort is the only path to life. Let's uncover why men need struggle, pain, and resistance next, and why a life without it slowly destroys you. Here's the truth no man wants to admit. Without struggle, you're nothing. You think comfort is protecting you, but it's stealing the very thing that makes you a man. The fire that only comes from pain, from resistance, from hardship. Because struggle isn't an obstacle to growth. Struggle is growth. Look at your own body. Muscle doesn't grow from rest. It grows from tearing, from strain, from the burning resistance of pushing against weight. Without that pain, nothing happens. You stay weak. The same is true in life. Your mind sharpens only when tested. Your courage hardens only when challenged. Your strength emerges only when it's demanded. But what happens in a world where struggle is stripped away? Men decay. That's why so many men today feel lost, anxious, depressed. They've been protected from the very hardship that would have forged them. Think about history. The Spartans trained in hunger, in cold, in endless drills of pain. Warriors were tempered in fire and blood. Explorers risked oceans and death to find new worlds. Builders carved cities out of stone with their bare hands. They weren't stronger because they were special. They were stronger because life forced them to struggle. But today, life doesn't force you to do anything. You can sit, eat, scroll, consume, repeat, and the world will keep feeding you. And in that comfort, you die. Not physically, but spiritually. Your edge dulls. Your drive fades. Your confidence collapses. Because a man who never struggles is a man who never grows. And here's the most brutal part. When life finally does hit you, when rejection comes, when failure strikes, when tragedy rips through your world, you won't be ready. Comfort doesn't prepare you. It weakens you. Struggle is the only thing that hardens you against the storms. And yet, most men spend their lives running from it. They avoid rejection, so they never build courage. They avoid risk, so they never learn resilience. They avoid pain, so they never discover power. But what they don't see is that every time they choose comfort, they're digging their own grave. Because without struggle, there is no man. Here's the brutal truth. The world doesn't want you strong. It doesn't want you disciplined. It doesn't want you independent. It wants you soft. It wants you comfortable. It wants you weak enough to obey, but just strong enough to keep consuming. Because comfort isn't just a personal trap. It's a culture, a system, a machine that rewards weakness and punishes strength. Look around. What do schools teach you? To sit quietly, to obey the bell, to memorize, not to question, to follow, not to lead. From the very beginning, you're conditioned into comfort, into the herd. Nietzsche warned about this, the herd instinct, the collective mindset that worships safety, conformity, mediocrity. Society tells you, don't stand out, don't push too hard, don't take risks, just fit in. And if you do, you're rewarded with comfort. Grades, certificates, promotions, a paycheck that keeps you fed and entertained. But if you refuse, if you choose discomfort, if you rebel, if you demand more, society punishes you, calls you reckless, labels you toxic, shames you back into the herd, and it doesn't stop there. Entertainment is designed to keep you passive. Endless scrolling, endless shows, endless games, all engineered to hold your attention, to keep you sitting still, to give you comfort without growth. Consumerism feeds the same addiction. Fast food for instant pleasure. Same-day delivery for instant satisfaction. Credit cards so you never have to wait. Everywhere you look, comfort is sold as the prize. And what happens to men who swallow this lie? They become easy to control. Because a man who has never embraced hardship is a man who will never rebel. He won't stand against authority. He won't fight for freedom. He won't carve his own path. He'll stay in line. He'll consume. He'll obey. This is why society rewards weakness, because weak men are predictable. Weak men are compliant. Weak men keep the machine running. That's not an accident. That's design. And it's creating an entire generation of men who are soft, shallow, and unprepared for reality. Unfortunately, when storms come, when life tests you, when tragedy hits, all the soft men raised on comfort are exposed. And that collapse is exactly what we need to talk about next. This is where comfort takes you. Obesity, depression, loneliness, mediocrity, a body that can't endure stress, a mind that breaks at rejection, a spirit that crumbles when life gets hard. This is the collapse, and it's already happening all around you. Because comfort doesn't just make you soft, it makes you unprepared. And when life finally tests you, and it always does, comfort leaves you defenseless. Think about the men you know. The guy who can't walk up a flight of stairs without gasping for breath. The one who spends hours scrolling TikTok but hasn't built a single thing in his life. The one who melts down at the smallest criticism because his ego has never been forged in fire. That's what comfort creates. A generation of men who look alive but are already collapsing inside. And it's not just physical, it's emotional. Comfort tells you that you deserve ease, happiness, validation. So when you don't get it, you break. This is why modern men are drowning in depression and anxiety. They've never built the resilience that comes from facing hardship. They expect the world to be soft, and when it isn't, they shatter. It's also why relationships crumble. Comfort makes men needy, desperate, overattached. They hand over their power, terrified of being alone, because comfort has robbed them of the ability to stand strong by themselves. In career, same thing. Comfort convinces you to play it safe, to chase security instead of greatness, to settle for mediocrity instead of risk, until one day, you wake up at 40 or 50, realizing you've built nothing, risked nothing, lived nothing. Comfort didn't protect you. It killed you slowly, and you can see this collapse in society at large. Men who can't defend their families, men who crumble under the weight of stress, men who turn to vices, alcohol, drugs, porn, endless distractions because they've lost the ability to endure real struggle. And here's the cruelest irony. The more you chase comfort, the less comfortable you actually become. Your body aches from inactivity. Your mind races with anxiety. Your soul feels restless, lost, purposeless. Comfort promises relief, but delivers collapse. And if you stay on this path, it doesn't just take your strength, it takes your life. Because comfort doesn't just kill slowly. Eventually, it kills for real. So what's the way out? If comfort is poison, if your brain betrays you, if society rewards weakness, then how do you escape? The answer is simple but brutal. You must choose pain over pleasure. You must choose struggle over ease. You must choose the hard path on purpose. That's where we're going next. Every man has two choices: chase comfort or embrace struggle. One path feels good now but destroys you later. The other hurts now but transforms you forever. This is the ancient secret every strong man knew, from the Stoics to the samurai. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that the obstacle is not in the way, it is the way. Every hardship, every difficulty, every discomfort is fuel for strength. The samurai practiced misogi, rituals of purification that often included fasting, cold water, and brutal training. They knew that mastery came only through suffering, and Nietzsche himself declared, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." This isn't just philosophy, it's biology. When you fast, your body becomes sharper. When you train, your muscles break so they can rebuild. When you face rejection, your mind learns resilience. When you choose hardship, you harden your spirit. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the path. But here's the catch. In a world built on comfort, you won't stumble into hardship. You have to choose it. That means saying no to the easy meal and cooking something real. That means getting out of bed when every cell in your body screams to stay. That means taking the cold shower instead of the warm one. That means having the hard conversation instead of hiding in silence. These acts of discomfort may feel small, but each one is training. Training your body, training your will, training your soul to stop running and start rising. And here's the paradox. The more you choose pain, the freer you become. Because once you stop fearing discomfort, nothing can control you. Not hunger, not cold, not fear, not rejection. The man who embraces pain is untouchable. That's why every strong man in history sought struggle, not comfort. They didn't pray for an easy life. They prayed for the strength to endure a hard one. And if you want to break free from the slow death of comfort, you must do the same. This is the new strength, the strength of a man who has risen above comfort. It doesn't mean he never enjoys rest. It doesn't mean he never feels pain. It means he is no longer owned by it. He can sit in silence without needing noise. He can feel hunger without rushing to fill it. He can endure struggle without collapsing. He can face fear without running. This kind of man is unshakable because he knows the truth. Comfort weakens, but discomfort builds. He doesn't waste hours numbing himself with distraction. He uses his time with intention. He doesn't hide from challenges. He seeks them. He doesn't chase pleasure. He creates purpose. And when life tests him, he's ready. Where the comfortable man breaks, he endures. Where the comfortable man runs, he stands. Where the comfortable man dies slowly, he lives fully. This is not theory. This is power. And here's the secret. You don't need to be extraordinary to start. You don't need to be born strong, or wealthy, or special. You only need to choose differently. Every time you wake up early, instead of hitting snooze. Every time you step into the cold, instead of hiding in warmth. Every time you lean into fear, instead of retreating. You're building a life beyond comfort. And over time, those choices transform you into something rare in today's world. A man of discipline, a man of courage, a man of fire. Choose pain. Choose discomfort. Choose the hard road over the soft one. Because every time you embrace struggle, you rise. Every time you endure hardship, you grow. Every time you reject comfort, you gain strength. Like and subscribe for more videos.